The scene this analysis will be focusing on will be the outdoor cafe scene in Ali Fear Eats the Soul by Rainer Werner Fassbinder, which was released in 1974, and this scene is the beginning of the climax. The main characters in this scene are Emmy and Ali. There are also a group of extras that act as the eyes of society in this scene. Those extras are staged as servers, hosts, and cooks all from the outdoor cafe establishment. The first slide will be on the meaning of the dialogue. The dialogue in this scene is between Ali and Emmy entirely, but Emmy does direct some comments to the extras at certain points of the scene. Their dialogue spans many different topics, but in summary, they were talking about their relationship, their current issues both in their relationship and lives, and lastly, their next steps at how they thought they could address the issue. Emmy manages to yell at the gazing eyes while she is exclaiming her nigh breaking point position, while Ali tries to console Emmy but struggles to provide effective emotional support. Emmy emphasizes her emotions about the oppression and hatred they feel from society and even from her own children. Although the majority of the dialogue in this scene is the couple venting their frustrations, the end of the scene's dialogue is both Emmy and Ali hopeful that their plan to go on vacation can truly alleviate some of the stressors in their lives. This not only gives the audience hope, but also advances the plot of the story. The dialogue in this scene is extremely important because Emmy and Ali communicate their feelings and emotions about their current situation, and it helps the audience understand the current emotions that Emmy feels. This gave the scene a more realistic impression and helps establish the mood and tone in the scene. The third slide will be on cinematography. The cinematography in this scene by Fassbinder is consistent and effective to its intended purpose, and each of the shots in the scene can also reflect its purpose, which attributes to Fassbinder's quality cinematography. For the majority of Ali and Emmy's conversation in this discussion, the frame is a medium shot that captures both characters in the scene. Whenever the scene is not in this specific type of shot, Fassbinder seems to be amplifying themes or establishing the setting. Whenever Fassbinder alters from the medium shot, he uses hints of a tracking shot's dolly equipment. At some point, he alters the camera view horizontally, but he also alters it with a lateral movement that you can tell is a dolly. That's my justification for making that tracking shot. And for the shot on the left of the slideshow, which is the first shot of the scene, it is an extremely long shot that allows the audience to grasp some of the aspects of the setting. The angle for the shot appears to be eye level, regardless of the distance between the actors and camera. The shot on the right, it is a close-up shot of Emmy, only a close-up, not extreme close-up, because you can still see her main body, not just her head or like her eye. The shot is another example of Fassbinder's cinematography helping establish the mood, because Emmy's configuration in the shot also connects to the audience because we understand her emotions and sympathize with her. The fourth slide is on how the setting is composed. The function of a setting is to establish the location and time, introduce ideas and themes, and create moods. The outdoor cafe scene is an excellent example of accomplishing all of these. In the first frame, the time and location of the setting is revealed, and after reversing the shot to show the extras gazing at the couple, the mood is quickly set, and the theme of oppression is amplified again. It's technical elements like that that can make the audience feel more sympathy for the couple and their struggles. Fassbinder even established the new idea of vacation in this scene, which helps add more character development, but also influence the tone and mood of the scene. The sound is mostly diegetic in this scene, as all the sound elements want to influence both the characters and the audience. In the first shot of the scene, which would be the left shot in the slide, there is birds chirping, and that can be heard throughout the park. And although it's very subtle, I feel like it does amplify the impression that they are being oppressed and they're lonely and they're almost in isolation by themselves, just because they're a couple with a foreign worker. And also, lighting wasn't a strong technical element in this scene. It's still there, obviously. But even in Emmy's emotional close-up shot, the lighting isn't altered or it isn't weak. The only time I can say that lighting is different in this scene is when the camera angle or the camera location is just in a darker spot or in a further location from the point of focus. The fifth slide will be on gender, race, ethnicity, social class, and social status. Although gender did not influence this scene at all, almost all other elements mentioned did. Those influences being race, ethnicity, social class, and social status. More importantly, the scene isn't only using one individual's perspective and background for these topics, but two of them, because both Emmy and Allie are being affected. Emmy appears to be vocal with her struggles with these new challenge or changes in her social status in this scene, and despises, the peanut gallery watching them and shouts at them. These topics are connected to the main theme because the film shows examples of Emmy's social class dropping because of Allie's presence. And in this scene, there's a constant reminder of this main theme of oppression because of the location's empty appearance, the extras' behavior, and Allie's opening "everyone's looking" comment. So how are the technical elements used and what do they communicate? They communicate a lot about Emmy and Allie's relationship and their current position or current situation of it in that scene. It also strengthens the emotional connections to the audience, I find. The dialogue in the scene was used to advance the plot and to communicate the mood and tone of the scene. Emmy's expression of anger towards her oppression sets the tone for majority, but when she mentions the vacation, the tone changed to a slightly more hopeful and less oppressive tone. The cinematography by Fassbender often communicated extra themes or amplified the mood. An example in this scene is the first shot of the scene when the view of the outdoor cafe is in frame and only Allie and Emmy are seen. It amplifies the theme of oppression and isolation. The birds chirping, the diegetic sound example, also emphasizes the quietness in the outdoor cafe at the sight of a foreigner and a local being together. And we just talked about this last slide, but the setting that established the location and the extras' behavior is also connected to the main theme of oppression. In conclusion, Allie Fear Eats the Soul incorporated many technical elements, and they were all quality examples. These technical elements communicated the theme, mood, emotions, and represented various symbolic meanings throughout the film as well. I wouldn't say there was many symbolic meanings observable in this specific scene. I think the proof of that is that we didn't pull any of them and use any of them in class from this scene. The setting of the scene is very true to its function, as it covered all necessary information for the audience and included effective technical elements to establish the tone of the scene. And lastly, race and social status are major themes in this movie in general because of the oppression Allie and Emmy receive. But in this scene, it's a constant and blunt reminder of it because of so many technical elements that Fassbender included.